I've been asked this question, and the question may sound like it is a question that the person who is asking the question should already know, but they really don't know because they're asking the question. And the question they ask is, quote, "Do lesbians like men?" End quote. And when I'm asked that question, I have to probe. I'll ask, for example, what do you mean by do lesbians like men? Do you mean that they like men on a platonic friendship level? Or do you mean that, or rather, are you asking, do lesbians like men in a romantic and sexual manner? And then based on the person's answer, then I will proceed to answer their question. I've been asked, do lesbians like men? And most people would be like, obviously, no, she's a lesbian. So the reason why this question is often asked is because although we are in a very modern society, like we're in an age of technology, and they call this the information age, there are still people who really don't have a lot of knowledge about sexuality and sexual orientation. And the big reason why that is happening is because we live in a heteronormative society. Heterosexual people, heterosexual relationships and marriages are celebrated in the world, and they are pretty much always the main focus. You don't really hear much about same-sex attracted people, and being a same-sex attracted person means you're lesbian, gay, or bisexual, or pansexual. You are attracted to the same sex. And we often are overlooked, or we're not the topic of a main discussion. And people are often ignorant about sexuality and sexual orientation because they don't know. But that's why I don't mind answering questions such as, do lesbians like men? Well, I'll answer that question here today. So this is the title of my video, Do Lesbians Like Men? My name is Giselle Wallace, lesbian life coach and author. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel. I do provide my lesbian perspective, and information on my YouTube channel is for the upbuilding and the purpose of building community within the lesbian, gay, bisexual, and LGBTQ community. I identify as a lesbian, and the definition of a lesbian is a woman or a female who has emotional, mental, physical, sexual, and spiritual attraction for the same sex. So, a lesbian is attracted to women because she is identified as a same-sex attracted female. And her attractions for women are multidimensional. physical attraction, mental attraction, emotional attraction, sexual attraction, spiritual attraction. That's what I mean by multidimensional. And it's exclusive. She is not able to have the capacity to be attracted to the opposite sex. Now, there is a level of attraction. And what I mean by that is there are different ways or forms of being attracted to someone or something. And since people want to know, do lesbians like men? When I ask and probe, what do you mean by do lesbians like men? Do they like men like friends or platonically? Or are you asking, do they like men on a romantic, sexual interest level? So they end up telling me or asking me the latter question. Do lesbians like men in a romantic and sexual manner? And the answer is no. And I want to be clear, lesbians do not hate men. And lesbians are able to be attracted to men in the former question that I asked, which is, are you asking, are lesbians attracted to men on a platonic friendship level? So the answer to that is yes. Lesbians are capable of being attracted to men in a platonic manner, meaning she sees you as a person. She doesn't have anything against you. She doesn't have any ulterior motives to harm you or to attack you. She may just see you as a person. There's different levels of being in a relationship with a person. You may be an associate. Maybe you somebody she works with and you're just associates. Maybe you are a friend. You have various like-minded interests. Maybe you both enjoy playing sports. Maybe you both enjoy working out, exercising. So because you have like-minded interests and you have great conversation, you're able to get to know each other and get along well and have a friendship. But just because a lesbian talks with you and she has similar interests that you have, that does not mean that she wants to date you. It does not mean that she wants to sleep with you. That does not cross her mind. And another example I will give you is, I mentioned there's levels of attraction. And you can be attracted to any person because maybe they are smart, intelligent, maybe they're funny, maybe they are very kind, and you are attracted to their personality. That is attraction, but it does not mean that there's romantic or sexual interest. And you can be attracted to things. Like, I'm attracted to flowers. I think flowers are pretty, but I don't have a romantic or sexual attraction to animals or plants or flowers. You see? So you can be attracted to things and people, but there's no romantic or sexual interest or attraction. And that's what makes sexuality so unique. Sexuality is very exclusive. It's very centered, and it does not apply to every scenario. Meaning you are not able to be romantically or sexually drawn or attracted to every person or everything. Sexuality is very distinct. And so a lesbian is exclusively and uniquely and distinctively attracted to women only. And I do want to say that lesbians come in all ages, all races, nationalities, and personality types. So many of us already know that we're lesbians at very young ages. I knew I was a lesbian before the age of 10 years old. And you know who you're attracted to very young. Other women or young girls learn at other ages in life. And there's different reasons why you come into discovering your sexual orientation. We live in a very heteronormative society that programs and conditions people to be heterosexual, and girls are trained and taught very young how to attract men, and they're taught to become wives one day. And a lot of this programming will keep a woman from being her authentic self, because she's in a sense brainwashed to conform to heterosexual norms. And she will actually block out her real authentic attractions for the purpose of being able to fit in with her environment. So some people realize later in life that they're lesbians, but they are still lesbians because their attractions are innate and they are naturally drawn to the female sex. And it's her makeup, it's who she is. So many people sometimes don't think that women are lesbians because there's this misconception that people think that women are fluid in their sexuality. They believe that women are able to be attracted to both sexes, meaning that women are able to be attracted to both males and females. But that is not true, and it's not accurate. A lot of these thoughts come from the media, what you see in the media. For example, you may see music videos that display women being sexually fluid, and women are considered the more emotional sex. And so some people confuse a woman being emotional as being capable of being attracted to women in a romantic or sexual manner. That is also a misconception. A person's emotions have nothing to do with their sexuality or their sexual orientation. So people just make these assumptions and they really do not understand sexuality. They do not understand the makeup of a female. Yes, we are emotional creatures, but just because we may be emotional does not mean that that automatically makes us fluid in our sexuality. because there are women who are heterosexual and there are women who are homosexual. And of course, there are fluid women. There are women who are bisexual or pansexual or demisexual. But still, this does not eliminate the fact that lesbians exist. They are their own group of people. I usually say this quote: lesbians have their own demographic in society. Lesbians, we are a demographic of people. So I do hope this brings more clarity to you regarding your question, do lesbians like men? I hope I've answered that question, and I appreciate you for listening. My name is Giselle Wallace. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel, and you have a beautiful day.